Nice cut out to Jennings as he trundles down to almost the quarter, and coming onto the ball beautifully now is Dewey. Dewey may doing it hard. They tussle with him and confine him eventually, and just on the quarter here's O'Neill. Quick ball out to Sukar. Sukar taking the tackle now of Kulak. So Fardell at acting half. And we have a Canberra boy down as O'Neill about to hold up the pass, cuts that right and gives it to Malloy. Malloy, nice work, gets it out well now. This is to Coliseo, and is it Fardell driving for the line? I think it's Fardell, but it was all thrust, and we've had it from Lewisham for some minutes now. They wanted to score so badly, they did, and I should imagine Noel Donoghue full of pride and full of joy.
Well, it was only a matter of time, really, before Lewisham were going to come up with the points. They'd had all of the possession. No doubt Hawke were getting very tired from defending. The ball stretched across to the centre, Malloy. He got a pass away. I think it finally found its way to the fullback, George Coulin, who was backing up.
It's Coulin.
Yeah, it's George Coulin who's able... He looked like he was caught short of the line, but was able to get his hands free and force his way over for the four-pointer.
Yes, I should have known that, because George Coulin scored 2 tries against Merriong and just loves to chime in with some crackling pace. So here it is from Malloy. He gets it to Coliseo, and Coliseo looking for backup gets it to Coulin, and Coulin, there he is through determination. He's got some crackling pace and over for a score. Plenty of power in that leg drive, and it's to the left of the left upright. So that's the scoreline in our first semi-final, and Christian Brothers Lewisham leading Hawker College of ACT 8 points to 0 in our Commonwealth Bank Cup. 6-0 at least, I beg your pardon, 6-0. O'Neill, Fardell, back to, nicely done here. This is Dewey, smothered though by Clyde.
Lewisham are a side where if you give them any latitude at all, they've got such good ball movement, they play such attacking football, just give them one sniff and they'll run all over the top of you, and that's what's happening now. Hawker are getting back their 5 metres, but they're not coming up quickly, allowing Lewisham to spread the ball, and that can spell disaster.
And that was against Cummins for holding the player down. 10 metres short of halfway.
Oh,
That's a good drive, and it's on target. What did we tell you about this boy? Lewisham leading Hawker now by 8 points to 0. Back again through Wilkinson. Now Burns trying to make inroads, but well grabbed by Sukar. And he's 5 metres inside Lewisham's territory. Wilkinson again and going for the drive downfield. Tidied up well by Unwin. He's up to his quarter now through one and collected. And Fidel, eager there at acting half, and tries to break the line, but certainly carries play up to 10 metres short of halfway. O'Neill. There's a nicely offload pass here to Hannell. Hannell gathering pace, but brought down about 12 metres now inside Lewisham's portion of Hawker's portion of halfway. Through O'Neill. There's a nice held-up pass. Fidel back into O'Neill. Lovely backing up like a little faithful turn. Oh, a deserved try here by Quinn. Yes, a good try. Lovely, a movement that showed how to get the best out of them, and did they ever? Lewisham, and they go 12-0.
This is a try that shows the very best aspects of rugby league, and that is supporting the ball carrier and backing up. It went through a number of sets of hands. Fidel, as he often is, was lurking out wide, turned the ball back inside to O'Neill, one of the better players on the night, and he found Scott Quinn, who'd come from dummy half 5 or 6 passes later to back up and score between the uprights.
Here it is all over again. So here you can see it. You'll see it very smartly of here O'Neill getting it, and here is Quinn getting it eventually and going over to score. Here he comes, peels off his boot, and there she is. Unbelievable success with that one again. 3 out of 4, and we have a scoreline here in our first semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup. Lewisham leading Hawker College from ACT 14-0. So Hawker College now with only about 5 seconds before half-time. Here is Wilkinson giving a good pass, and coming onto it smartly was Michael D. Burns, their second rower. Not to be confused with their 5'8", Michael Burns. There's the half-time hooter. Here is Michael Burns now going for a drop goal, and Graham West, he's successful. So the scoreline is 14-1.5, where the temperature rose, certainly for the Lewisham fans. St Gregory's College Campbelltown play Keebra Park, Queensland in our second semi-final next Wednesday night. Keebra Park defeated Dalby 28-18. And according to all reports in Queensland, it's a pretty good side.
I spoke to the headmaster of Keebra Park this morning, John, and he said, in his opinion, it's the best Queensland side for years.
Gee, that's a big rap, Bill. Back inside, and here's a nice Quinn looking for backup. He had it there in O'Neill and also Fidel, but couldn't unload. Now here is O'Neill himself. Cut out pass straight over, and, well, you saw it. Again, not controlling the ball, and they could have well been in for a 4-pointer. Coming up through Dewey. If it had got in the hands of Jennings, he was pretty tight on the ropes, but he's a twinkle-toe runner. We'll look up there. There's a penalty to Lewisham, and again against Hawker College for collapsing. So O'Neill will look for the line, giving greater depth, at least a couple more metres for which to attack. He says anxiously, "I want it." We'll resume with the tap free. So Jennings links in. And Kulak is on the top, and Michael D. Burns is beneath. Now O'Neill. Lovely change of play here from Hickey. Here is Fidel. Fidel going for the line himself. Oh, reaches out well. It's a special moment for him. Lovely skills, this bloke, as he filed that one. It was on, and he did it all. And that's young Reg Fidel, and the scoreline now 18-1.
This all started with a switch of play from the open back to the blind side. Reg Fidel, who likes to play out wide, found that he was close to the line and just reached out and planted the ball down.
Well, here it is again. Here's O'Neill with sleight of hand stuff and getting it back inside to Hickey as he crisscrossed over to a fairly wide blind. And there was Fidel with a little dummy and sheer strength and determination. There is the conversion, if any, to come, and this one will be wide. So our scoreline at Leichhardt in our first semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank, Christian Brothers Lewisham leading Hawker College of the ACT 18-1. We're just having a talk about goal kickers and Ross Conlon, and there he is, and more interest in Lewisham now, seeing that he's a teacher there and started there as an English and history teacher this week. Ross Conlon, the magnificent goal kicker from Balmain. And look at here as Wilkinson feeds, and again it's against the head. Doing a top job, Quinn. Now Jennings is bustled up on a fairly thin blind. Now Coolan, he cracks on the pace. He's going to link up with his supports. Oh, but a good driving tackle by Clyde. He really made contact and collared him. Now Malloy looks for a canter. Stopped about 10 metres out from Hawker's goal line. From acting half, Quinn sends a lovely neat pass back inside, a lovely inside channel. I don't know whether he can make it. I think that was Dewey. It made good ground. And from acting half, he's dived through, and it's a 4-pointer. It's a 4-pointer, and that's knocked him for a further 6. So the score now 22-1 in favour of Lewisham. The boys were telling you they learnt their lesson from last season's experience, so they're very confident, and with a 22-1 scoreline up there, they expect a mozza of a win tonight, and I think it's a bit of a mozza at the moment. Here's O'Neill. Good stuff again. Up well by Coolan. And that sortie grabbed them just on 45 metres. Now straight out from Dewey through Quinn, back inside to Fidel, taking a nice close ball from O'Neill, looking for support. Jennings was trailing him. And Quinn gets in there. Through Coolan, a little bit of misunderstanding that time, but O'Neill tidies it up. Got chased and hounded round by Burns, Michael Burns there, 5'8". Now Quinn again. They ripped into him, and it's a turnover. Now Kulak, Wilkinson. He's opposite right onto him that time, Quinn. And working here with number 14. Brett Clark is on for Hawker, and John Farhat doing the defence. Now here's Michael D. Burns, and picked out of the air by Hickey, looped over the top over here, swacked out by Hanold. Unwin can't run straight, collected by Clyde, and they're 10 metres out, but that's on again for Lewisham as Malloy goes from acting half. He's a beautiful centre, and down And it's a try, 26-1 in favour of Lewisham. And he's a constant worry. Give him half a chance and he carves holes at him. And I'm talking about Patrick Malloy.
Patrick Malloy's only a youngster, but he's a very big, strong, hard runner. Here he brushed off 3 tackles. Looked like he was pinned short of the line, but he had enough strength and power to force his way over.
Well, here he comes. It's a nicely released ball. Oh, that's inch perfect. Rossi Conlon copped this one here tonight. 4 out of 7, and all from almost touch or 10 metres in. Quinn at acting half. This time he fires it to Osborne, and Osborne on a charge. Trying to puncture it, but not this time. Darren Ellie, that's his first tackle in. As O'Neill transfers it to the left, and Malloy does a beautiful sleight of hand stuff and looks for support. Not exactly a great offload through O'Neill, and there's a lovely feint again, and he carries it over to the quarter and still going to 10 metres out. Young halfback, intelligence, and gives a tremendous maximum performance, and here they are spread out wide, and here comes the ball, pouring it out onto Hannell. Beautiful, going for the line himself. There, another try. They're just greedy for points now, and Hannell is good a running as you'll see tonight. Went over for that one, so it's now 32-1 in favour of Lewisham.
I don't really know if Lewisham can take the ball and get yardage in the centre of the rucks, because I've never seen them play and have to do that. They always seem to be able to get the ball out wide. They have extras out there that gives the defence little or no chance of stopping them. They're so big out wide that even if you do have defence, they're able to crash their way over, just like Hannell did here.
Here it is. As I said, flying the ball out, and Hannell just juggled it nicely and then puts on the burst and connects and goes over. Here's O'Neill. Here's a will-o'-the-wisp. He's about 12 metres out. Through Quinn. Hickey, lovely link man. That's Dewey. And he's out only about 3 metres from the line. Quinn, big pass out to Malloy. Not this time. Biscuit was there to halt his progress. Fidel burrowing through. Well, that's Fidel. He delivers powerfully, and you can see him there, and he just gripped that from acting half and pelted down on him and scored a very relatively simple try.
Fidel is a very strong young man. He pushed over here from dummy half to score his 2nd try, and not that this game was ever in doubt, but he's just going to make sure of it.
So here is Reg Fidel, school prefect. 3 out of 4 goals, in fact, against Parramatta, if I remember correctly. Here he comes. And it's beautifully away. Limps over. He's in 7th heaven. He said, blimey, I've scored a try and I've converted my own try. Ripper. So there it is, 38-1. Christian Brothers Lewisham leading Hawker College ACT in our first semi-final. Wilkinson. Tidied up. Jeff Snowden, I might mention too, is the very smart Canberra Raiders jersey flag side coach. But Hawker tonight, after great commitment, won't be in the final. Lewisham will, as Colasso picks it up. And Fidel at acting half. They're driven by Clyde and lending assistance Michael Burns. So Quinn now. And there she is, the full-time hooter, and referee Graham West says, that's it. And we've witnessed here tonight a great point-scoring blitz and really put through the dringer, the old Hawker College, and Christian Brothers Lewisham have defeated Hawker of the ACT by 38 points to 1 in our first semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup.